3, 2, 1. Yo, what's up? This is DJ Truth, and you are checking out the More Life Podcast. This is my very first episode.
I'm excited.
I'm super excited. Ashley, before I even get started, would it be rude if I didn't remember your last name?
I knew it.
I didn't.
It's because I have this Facebook presence with my middle name, so that's how you know.
I know. So I didn't remember it. I'm like, damn, I was at her entire wedding.
You were there.
Literally there the entire time. And I didn't want to even look it up. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it real, and I'm gonna ask you.
I like it.
So it is drum roll.
So the new last name is Schwark.
Schwark. Okay.
Yes, which is it's hard to get used to. It's so weird. Like I've had Heidrich is my maiden name,
right.
And I obviously had that my entire life. And then you change your name, and then it's still I haven't legally changed it yet.
Oh,
so
are you gonna legally?
I will legally.
Are you
change
gonna hyphenate it?
No, because Heidrich Schwark sounds like Third Reich Germany.
Yes,
I can't.
Yeah, you can't be Heidrich Schwark. Yeah. So Ash, I gotta let you know that I told a lot of people they would be the first guest.
Really?
So I first told Steve. I was like, yo, at convention, you're going to be the first guest.
He was probably stoked.
Yeah, it didn't happen. We were having too much fun.
Sorry, Steve.
Yep, sorry, Steve. Then I told JC, I was like, you know what? But you my man.
Right.
So you really
You guys
gonna
are
be
tight.
first. Didn't happen. Then I was at Northville the other day with Coach Aaron. I was like, Aaron, you want to be my first guest? She was like, yeah. Didn't happen. Not because they didn't want to do it, because I was like, nope. I gotta get out.
I was like, are you saying that I'm fourth in line? Like
no, I'm saying you skipped over everybody because I was like, nah, I love you guys, but that ain't the right first person. So
that means so much. Like I truly appreciate that, and I'm honored to be here.
Well, thank you.
It's really awesome.
I am like super excited
Me
that
too.
you're here to even talk about what's going on. So introduction, tell us who you are. Just break it down.
Sure. Well, Ashley Schwark, as we recently uncovered, and I work for Orangetheory Fitness. I've been with the company just over 5 years. I started as a studio manager. I actually started in pre-sale, the second studio in Michigan. And I still remember my pitch was that you can work out at over 200 studios in the country.
Wow.
And now there's over 1,000. And probably by the time this podcast
so when you
is
start,
out,
wait, over 200?
There were over 200 locations,
in
like 220. And now we're like 1,100.
Yo,
that
is
19 countries. I mean, it's crazy, the growth.
How many years ago was that?
That was 5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, huge growth. And I think when I started at Orangetheory, I was in the jewelry business. I was working for a jewelry appraiser.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know this.
And yeah, you're going to learn a lot today.
I didn't know this. Okay.
And I loved what I did.
Right.
It's actually how I met Scott. We worked in the same building.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's kind of how I came
Did
to
you
Orangetheory.
appraise his diamonds?
What's that?
Were you appraising his diamonds?
No. He probably, I don't know, maybe he eventually had, this guy was a really good jewelry appraiser. But
Right.
But anyway, so yeah, I met Scott in that building. That's how I got the opportunity to work for Orangetheory. And started as the manager there. And then as we grew and developed a region, and we needed people to be at regional positions. And I kind of really what Rebecca does, which is studio manager and regional.
So double duty.
Yep, double duty.
Okay.
And then eventually full-time regional. And now I get to travel all over, every studio in Michigan. I know all the franchisees, the managers, the head coaches, and it's super fun. I love it. I love what I do.
And things like that, like that's just amazing that you were in one place in your life.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna say didn't know the direction, but had no clue that
I didn't
this
exactly.
would be.
Yeah. Oh, I had no idea that this would be.
What did you think you would be doing?
For Orangetheory, or if I hadn't.
No, if you hadn't met Scott in that building, what were you?
Well, it's interesting. Actually, my old boss, the jewelry appraiser, called me, I think it was yesterday, just out of nowhere, just called me, saw that I got married.
Shout him or her out.
What's up, Jim Kroll?
What's up, Jim? Shout out to you, Jim.
He is the best. You know, he was, and I mean, he's still a great guy, but was a great guy to work for.
Right.
He really was looking for somebody to take over his business. And I was going through classes through the GIA, which is the Gemological Institute of America. They certify diamonds and colored stones.
Okay.
And he really was like, you know, you could take this over, you could do it. And that just wasn't my passion. And I didn't recognize that at the time. But yesterday when I was talking to him, he even said that. He's like, I realized that your passion wasn't jewelry and you had to do something else. And here I am now, like literally living the dream, loving what I do, changing people's lives, getting to see and witness all those
How hard was it for you to get up and go? Was that a tough decision?
I was ready.
You was like,
I was ready. I was like, where's my next step?
Oh, so
I wasn't
you
sure
were at that point.
But yeah, I was ready. Yeah.
So going into Orangetheory, did you know anything about it? Were you familiar with it at all?
No. So Scott and I had met other people in that building, and he's walking by, and I think I was getting ready to go to the gym, so I changed into my workout clothes, and I saw him in the hallway. He's like, "Oh, you going to work out?" And he said, "Yep." He's like, "Where do you go?" And I think at the time it was like LA Fitness or something. He's like, "You should check out." He makes it sound so small. He's like, "I'm involved in a little fitness concept."
A little concept, huh? I love it.
You should go check it out if you like to work out. I'm like, all right. So the only other one open was in Canton. Okay. And I was working in Birmingham and living in Ferndale. So I was like, right. The only thing out there is IKEA, but okay, fine, I'll go. So he gave me some classes and I went to check it out. And I was like, this is awesome. Because that's totally the style of workout that I liked, was like that interval training and always something different. But it wasn't exactly like what I was doing because obviously I didn't have a rower and I wasn't using a treadmill or anything. So anyway, I took a couple classes, loved it. And he's like, well, I'm opening one in Birmingham and I'm looking for people. And I was like, well, right place, right time, because I was looking for something different. So yeah, he hired me. I met with Chad, who was his business partner at the time. Okay. Sat in a Panera. I still remember looking at like binders.
Oh, you guys met up in a Panera?
Yeah.
Nice.
Binders of materials and all sorts of stuff. And
you know how many $1 million deals have probably went down in Panera? Like literally.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like so many, like Panera, it's so many historical stories that have, I'm sure.
Probably they are over a soup and a bread bowl, but mine was not. It was over a coffee, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Too many carbs. No, I'm just kidding.
So are you like a health junkie, would you say?
Yes, I mean, I've had quite the journey of health. Like I used to be really overweight. Okay. And I love to eat.
What do you consider?
Oh, well, I can't give you a number. I can't give you a figure.
Give me a number. Come on, Ash.
Well, I was over 200 pounds.
Okay.
And I'm like 150. And my leanest I've ever been, I don't know if it was leanest. Okay. The least amount I've ever weighed is 135 pounds. Okay. I think it was like a little bit too slim for me. I'm at 20% body fat right now because I did my in-body scan.
Oh, nice.
So I'm super happy with that. Like I'm in a really good place. And the thing for me to be successful is I like good food. And if I'm going to be healthy, like I have to cook delicious food that's still healthy. So, that lasagna that I made, it's actually good for you.
Yeah, Ashley brought me lasagna and I'm going to eat it. I told her I actually already ate, and I have food at home, but I'm going to eat that before I even get home. So that's what's going to happen. So so with Orangetheory just jumping in your life like that, like how has it changed you? How has it made like this positive impact on who you are or what you do?
Well, it's interesting because I feel like it's changed me in ways that I never would have thought, because you think about like it's fitness, right? It's a gym, but it's so much more than that.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not even, you can't even call it a gym. So I think for me personally, it's helped me stay accountable to my goals, because everybody thinks, oh, you work at Orangetheory, you must love to work out. You work out all the time. It's like so easy for you. And I'm like, no. I struggle just like everybody else with motivation.
Like everybody else, yeah.
Everybody, like to get into the gym, to go work out, to make that hour for myself, So it holds me accountable so that I can stay on track with my goals. Okay. The other thing is I've just met so many amazing people. Absolutely. Like I met you through Orangetheory. Absolutely. I mean, I think about people I work with and our members who the stories that I know and the lives that have changed and the people that I've seen go from power walkers to joggers, joggers to runners, pregnant women who are in better shape than I probably will ever be.
That's one of the amazing things that I see also.
Like when you brought that up, I was like, no, literally, I have seen women running 2 days before they're going to give birth. Maybe they're not running at that point. Or like running back on a treadmill like 3 weeks after they have a baby.
After they have a baby.
How do you do that?
Right back in there.
How do you do that?
I don't even know. That's so... To me, that's what it's all about. Like just those experiences, seeing those people come together.
Yes.
It's almost like you said, it's not just a gym. It is far from just a gym.
Yes. Actually, now that you say that too, coming together, I think about like the climate of the world that we live in, not like tropical climate. I'm talking about like
talk it, Ash. Talk.
Like, yeah, this is real talk now.
Right, here we go.
Of like, there's racism, there's sexism, there's discrimination, right? None of that matters when you go to Orangetheory.
Absolutely.
Like literally, when you walk in, we're all orange bubbles.
Absolutely.
Right? Like you can't tell who's different and what. You don't know what these people do. They might be millionaires. They might be just scraping by. Like you just don't know. But when we're all there, we're just there for the same thing. And it's like something that unites us. And it sounds so cheesy, but it's so true.
No, and I don't even think it's so cheesy. I think that's like the best way to put it. It's something that unites us. We're all in this orange bubble. Right. When we're there. And it's simply amazing to me. Yeah. You know, it's... I don't think I've ever had a bad day at Orangetheory. You can't. I know. I mean, you know, some days are certain days are certain days. Some days it's raining, some days the sun out. Every single time I go to Orangetheory, every single time I walk in there, it is the same. It's the same energy every time. Right. You know, okay, maybe no one's yelling at the top of their lungs and dancing around, but it's the same positive energy every single time.
It's like the show Cheers. You want to go where everybody knows your name and like people are happy when you're there.
That's
it's like you walk in and people are like, Ash, where have you been? Oh my God, it's so good to see you. Right. And like you feel like you're the only person. And I know everybody because I obviously work for Orangetheory, but it's still...
When there were only 200 studios. That's crazy to me.
It's crazy. The growth has been insane.
Right. And still growing.
Still growing.
And
yeah.
Still
like
growing.
Not stopping.
All right. I want to ask you, okay, so we talked about like how it has changed you. What are some of like the challenges you have faced? Whether it's in Orangetheory, whether it's in everyday life, like what is something you have faced?
It's interesting because I have a really great life. I have to say, like I love my life. I don't think there's a lot of my life that is challenging. Nice. The thing I think that is, I am very hard on myself. Okay. And I look at people like you who are literally operating on 0 hours of sleep, visiting 3 studios a day, and I'm like, I'm not doing enough. So my challenge is making sure that I am utilizing my time. I feel like there's like a race against the clock to do the most. Okay. And just making sure that I'm taking my life and utilizing every moment that I have to live it to the fullest, to do more, to be more. I know that's like not challenging what we think of challenging, but it's still like, I guess that's my daily, mantra is like, well, what can I do today? Like on a Sunday, if I'm sitting around, I'm like, what a waste of a day.
You're like, what can I do?
Yeah.
And I get that. I would say don't look at me or don't look at anyone else, because you do what you do. You just do what you do. That's all we're doing. Right. Like what you see me doing 3 studios, that was me before Orangetheory. That was me at Airtime working from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You hustle.
That's just me. Like right. I'm always a go button. That's just me anyway. So it wouldn't matter where I was. So I would say don't look at myself or don't look at anybody.
I know you can only compare you to you.
Yeah.
Right.
You do what you do.
We always say that.
From what I see, you're doing great being you.
I'm trying.
No,
and I appreciate that.
Rule number 1 on this podcast, we don't try nothing.
No try, just do.
Yeah, we do
okay,
it. We don't
I'm
try.
doing it.
We don't try.
Like I said, no, I think, like I said, I'm very lucky. I see people that are in dark places, and I think like I just can't relate, and I don't mean that to hold myself to a higher standard, but I just try to look at all the positive, live my life like that.
I completely understand and can relate to that.
I'm not perfect, but I have a good outlook. That's the difference.
I think that's the one of the best ways to put it too, because I see you know, I take pride in saying I have no bad days. Mm-hmm. And I know people have bad days. And that's no shot at anyone else having a bad day. And that's not saying, yo, I'm better than you because I don't have bad days. No, I get the same exact challenges. Right. The same exact ones, you know. But I understand. That's just where I'm at in my life. I can't relate to if that's not where someone else is at.
Because the only thing that you can control is how you react to something.
Absolutely.
So if you react that nothing is going to bother you, then nothing's going to bother you. I mean, unless
True.
you let it.
True.
And sometimes that's out of your control, but it's really just, you can't control anything in your life. You can only control how you react to it and how you see things.
So I wanted to, this is what I didn't know. So I got a surprise at the Orangetheory convention.
Oh.
We didn't even talk about the convention, but Ashley and myself both were there along with our Michigan team. And Ashley got nominated for Regional of the Year.
I did.
Yo.
And yeah.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
I felt like I should have knew that was coming.
I feel like you did know.
I didn't know.
You forgot.
I literally found out as Rebecca told me right before they mentioned your name. She was like, because she was about to get up and go somewhere. And Jamie said, no, don't go anywhere. And I'm looking like, why can't she go anywhere? She was like, oh, Ashley's getting nominated. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it was crazy because there's almost 2,000 people in that room, I think.
Absolutely.
Right? And I'm one of 3 regional sales managers that get nominated, of finalists. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people were nominated. I don't know how many they chose from, but truly an amazing honor just to be up on that stage. And here's the thing. I was thinking about this. I've thought about this a lot. I didn't win, which I'm totally okay with because I just think it's not my time. There's a lot of competition out there. Of
course.
And then I was like, I'm actually kind of glad I didn't win because I feel like when you win something, it's easy to get complacent. And if you didn't, then you push more because you want to be better. Even getting nominated made me work harder because I was like, I have to live up to that.
Love it.
So then I was like, well, I'm kind of glad I didn't win because now I'm going to try even harder and be even better at my job.
Absolutely.
So I'm okay with that. Can't win everything. And then I always joke around. I'm like, well, it'd just be really unfair if I won because my life's too perfect. And people, you just can't. Like, something's got to
that's actually a great way to put it. That's actually a great way to put it. And that's me saying to you, don't let up off the go button.
Right.
It's no.
Right.
No, that's what everyone thought. When I got back, you're going to take a couple of days off? No, I'm going back to work.
Whenever I take a vacation or if I'm like gone, I'm excited to come back. Like when I was gone for the wedding, I was gone for a week from work, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm excited to come back to work."
Absolutely.
So
there's work to do.
Yeah, there's stuff to do.
Well, but congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Even getting nominated, like you said, out of thousands of people.
Right.
To be one of 3 finalists, that's insane. I felt like you should have told me that, but all right, whatever. I got a question written right here.
Okay.
It says, "Where are you going? Where do you see yourself?"
That's a question I'm like always analyzing. I know for this time in my life, I don't see myself doing anything outside of Orangetheory.
Okay.
For now.
Okay.
Because I think like I don't want to get stale at what I'm doing. Right. I always want to grow. It's like, how can I do more? How can I be more? How can I develop myself more?
Right.
So, I think we're going to be growing more even as a region. Like there's going to be more Michigan studios. So as of right now, my goal is just to continue doing what I'm doing, develop my role even more, be a better resource to the franchisees that I oversee, and just, like make it more unified. Like last year, my goal, I said, we are going to put Michigan, somehow I want Michigan to be up on the stage at the gala. Nice. Well, we did that. I got up for an award. You were performing.
True.
PS people. True. DJ Truth performed at the OTF convention, and it was lit. Like people were going crazy.
Yeah, it was so exciting.
You manifested that.
Can I tell you a funny story about that?
Yes.
So I went in the back. I didn't know when I was going up, right? So I'm in the back on my phone, and I didn't know when I was going up. Actually, when I was in the beginning, they told me to go. but it didn't start. And I was actually running. I was like almost on the stage. And they're like, no, come back. We're not ready.
Just kidding.
We're not, just kidding. I'm like, all right. So I'm sitting in the back and I'm on my phone. And out of nowhere, the guy runs over to me and like, go.
Like, oh.
Mid-text. I'm like, huh? Oh, all right. And I just ran out there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was insane.
It was awesome. Like the video.
Yeah.
Because you told me, you're like, how do I get to convention? I gotta get to convention. And you thought, I think originally it was like, I'll get there through somebody, like through Scott or
Absolutely.
through me. But you did that on your own. Like you literally said, I want to do this. And then you made it happen. Like you envisioned yourself there.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so much, I feel like so much to visioning things and manifesting them.
You have to.
Because I feel like partially I manifested myself onto that stage too.
Yeah, don't partially. You did.
Because this is what I wanted. Even when I was, and this is like, I know we're going all over the place now, but like even when I was not healthy, I was overweight. Mm-hmm. I visioned, like I knew what I wanted to look like. And this sounds crazy, but I was like, my hair was really short at the time. I had like chin length hair. And I was like, I want long hair. I know my hair is curly, so it's gonna be curly. I'm gonna be the girl that like goes on a hike and eats granola, and I want to do yoga for fun and like or whatever this whoever this person was in my head, and then I literally have become this person. Like
wow,
so you can, if you can vision it, you can make it happen, and that's the thing. You have to envision these things happening, so
absolutely
that you have somewhere to go.
Absolutely, and when people say that, or even when I say it. I remember watching YouTube and seeing a quote from Will Smith, and this will be with me forever. Mm-hmm. Forever. He said, once you see it and you envision it and claim it, the universe will move out your way.
I love that. He's the best.
And literally, in that moment, I didn't understand it, of course. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. And once I started doing it, it's undefeated. In my life, it's undefeated. And it's like, of course, it doesn't just move out your way right when you say go. But eventually it does. Right. So if you just stay on the path and believe it, it happens every freaking
We're proof of
time.
that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Another question I had is, what's the best thing about you? Like, what's the best thing about who you are? In your opinion, be selfish right now.
Okay.
Be in a selfish moment.
That's a hard thing to do. But I think oh gosh, yeah. I think
it's that many. You
I
got a
know.
whole list of things. She like, look, I got a list.
Like, okay, let me just run through it. No, I think the best thing, and that's hard to say the best. So I'll say one of my top qualities. I feel I'm a Renaissance woman. I like to do everything. Like I want to be able to fix things with my hands. I want to be able to create something. I want to be able to cook. I want to be able to build. I want to be able like whatever it is, and I want to be good at all of them. And I feel like I'm pretty good at a lot of them. Wow. This is me being totally conceited.
Be it. That's just you claiming it.
So like, for instance, I was like, okay, here's qualities of a chick who's a badass, right? Uh-huh. She's got to drive a stick. Like, you got to know how to drive a stick.
I know. I kind of slightly agree with that.
So then I was just like, I have to drive a stick. So then I taught myself how to drive a stick. So now, not the Orangetheory mobile, but my personal car is a stick.
Okay.
And I was like, because that just makes me cooler.
Literally, it does. And this is why I always say you're like my twin, because I learned how to drive a stick just because I wanted to take this girl out on a date.
Yes.
Literally. The only car that was available for me to drive was a stick. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to figure it out. And I burnt the clutch out like a couple days later. But we went on that date.
That's right. And I was like, well, this is what's funny is then I look at like when I was dating, if a guy didn't know, like that was a question I would ask on a date. Like, so do you know how to drive a stick? And if they said no, I was like, not worth my time. I'm sorry.
No, oh my God. You really asked that question?
I did. I so did. And I love to cook. So that's another thing. Like I like to be an expert in the kitchen. You'll decide if I'm a good cook or not. Okay. I feel good about it, but you can decide. And I have a metalsmithing degree. That's like totally, I know.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I do. I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts in art with a concentration in metals.
Wow.
So using a torch and soldering, and I don't do any big scale stuff, but basically I was like.
But you went to school long enough to get a degree in that. I did. So 4 years. Pretty good.
Soldering and torching.
You're pretty good. Wow. Yeah. What people don't know is that, well, I don't know if they know this or not, but Ashley's a singer also.
I'm a singer. Yes.
Yeah, Ashley's a singer.
Not only.
I don't remember your background, but I know you mentioned the Detroit Symphony Orchestra.
No, Detroit Concert Choir.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's a Detroit music. It's
All right.
I'll be happy to be. We've performed with the DSO, so I guess that's not wrong.
Yeah, all right. It counts,
but yeah, I sing with the Detroit Concert Choir. I'm an alto, and I've been doing that since I think it was 2010 that I joined.
Okay.
The choir's been around for over 35 years,
wow.
35 years, and it's a really great organization.
Mm-hmm.
Check us out at DetroitConcertChoir.org. I think it's Detroit Concert Choir. I'm going to plug it. DetroitConcertTchoir.org.
I'll put it on the bottom so people
that's
can see
awesome.
it. Yep. So
And
okay,
it's great. It's fun.
all right. So to kind of wrap it up, well, not really wrap it up, but at the end of each podcast, I want you to speak something positive into existence in your life, and I want you to say it
Into my own life.
into your life. Into your life.
Oh
It doesn't matter how big. It doesn't have to be you're the president of the United States or if you want to be, but to speak something positive into existence.
I think the positive thing I want to put into existence is that you have the ability to do whatever you want to do with your life and be whoever you want to be with your life. And I know for me, taking myself professionally to the next level, myself in my fitness journey to the next level, whatever, I can envision that. I can't really explain that over the microphone for you, but just being able to know that you're the driver of your life, and if you want it, go out and get it. Like, it's totally attainable no matter what it is.
Absolutely.
Anything is.
I love it.
Thanks.
I love it.
That's real.
Right.
My real talk.
All right, Ashley, let's before we go, you gotta ask me questions.
Yes. Ooh, I'm like.
It doesn't have to be. So I told Ashley she has to give me 5 questions. It doesn't have to be 5. You can't think of 5. Whatever. Completely random, and I'm gonna answer them as truthfully as I can.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Go.
Of course, I have to talk about food.
Okay.
What is one food that you absolutely despise?
Despise.
Something you're like, I'm not eating that.
Oh,
ever.
Sushi. It doesn't matter. I don't want sushi ever. Don't bring it to me.
Really?
Don't tell me. Oh, it can be cooked. It can be this. No, I don't want it.
What don't you like about it?
What I don't like about it is I've had 4 bad experiences. Each person said, yo, try sushi. First time. Oh, I don't like it. The next person said, oh, you must didn't do it right. Try it again. Horrible. Third person said, those 2 people didn't know what they were talking about. Try it this way. Horrible. 4th person, I was like, look, I'm not trying it. I'm done. And I was like, you know what? You're cute. I'm going to try it.
Yeah, I knew it was for a girl,
Horrible.
right?
I'm done.
Done.
Yeah, despise.
I won't make you.
Yeah?
I will never make you try sushi now.
Yeah, please, don't ever.
Because I probably, isn't it funny? Like, people with sushi, they're like, oh, no. It's so good. Like, it must have been that you had a bad roll.
Absolutely.
Or, it couldn't have been that you just don't
eat
like sushi. I do. I actually love sushi.
Okay.
I had to work my way up from vegetarian rolls to some fish, and I'm picky about what I like. Tuna and salmon is pretty much about
that would.
it.
Yeah,
Shrimp.
that's where I'm at. But I don't.
No sushi for you. See, look at that. Didn't
0.
know. Guys, DJ Truth does not like sushi.
Ever.
My next question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What will I be doing?
To be completely honest, I see myself completely working from home, doing not exactly what I'm doing. Like DJing isn't my end game.
Right.
It's
Which
just
we've talked about, I think, before.
Yeah, it's just a stepping stone. But I would absolutely love to do my business in my pajamas.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's gonna happen.
For sure.
That's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen because you want it to happen, and
Absolutely.
I know you, and you will make that happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I'm okay. I'm okay with doing 3 studios in a day and barely getting sleep, because in a few years I'll be able to get all the sleep I want. So I'll put the work in now. I'll put it in now.
What do you think is what would be the top reason for your success? Like, what do you think you owe your success to?
Definitely my positive outlook on everything. Because I wasn't always this positive guy. I always knew right from wrong, but I didn't always make the right decision. I learned how to start making the right decision. And that took so much. That takes a lot. That takes a lot. Just having, from my background and things that I've been around and people I was around and things I've seen. And it was work. It was work. I lost a lot to who I used to be. I have twin boys. And me and their mom aren't together, which this is personal, but because of who I used to be. And I can own that now.
Yeah.
You know? But so I will owe my success to who I've become now. Definitely.
Yeah. Which interesting that you mentioned your boys, because my next question, I was going to say, if it's not too personal, I'd like to ask you a question about them.
Can.
What is the message that you want to try to get across to your boys more than anything? What are you trying to teach them in life?
Not to sound crazy, but do what you want to do. Live your life. Understand there's consequences to everything you do. There can be good ones or bad ones. You make the choice. I give them every sit down and talk we have, I let them know they have a choice. Especially with them getting older. Yo, you have a choice. Yeah, I'm your parent, of course, and I want you to make certain choices, but at the same time, I want you to make a choice for yourself, because I can't be with you 24 hours out of the day. So I want you to know you have to make the choice of whether you're going to jump in front of a moving car or not. Or, not to that degree, but that's what I preach to them. Like, definitely make your choices. Me and your mom have put good morals into you, so make your choices, and I let them make them.
That's great.
And let them make them
because
live.
They have to learn from that, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, you can't be there all the time making every decision for their life.
Absolutely.
And the young people are truly. It's so important to raise good kids, because that's who's going to be leading our country when we're 90 and in diapers.
Of course.
I hope I live that long. I hope I'm not in diapers. I just hope I'm healthy.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, so raising our youth it's a big responsibility, and you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ash. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, Ash, it was a pleasure having you on my very first podcast.
Here.
We're over in my studio, and we're actually about to record some music.
It's going to be so fun.
Which is going to be dope. In this podcast, I'm gonna have like instrumentals and stuff playing, so they'll hear it. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. So, but guys, you have checked it out. I am DJ Truth. I'm here with my homegirl Ashley. Can I say Schwark?
Yeah, you got it.
My homegirl Ashley Schwark, aka Ashley S. And this is the More Life Podcast, and we out. Peace.